Gosh, how many years is this for you on this tour? I guess it's been
number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
How is this one going?
Going fantastic. You know what I mean? This is a, you know, really, it's funny. A couple of years ago, you come out and you're telling everybody this is the plan, and if you can do it, we'll follow through. We can make it happen. And you know, here we are now, 3 straight bowl games, 2 New Year's Day bowl games, 8 wins a year, and you know, so this is our chance to really thank all the fans and say thank you for getting us here. Now it's time for us to go take that next step here in the future.
I had a chance to step away from spring football for a few weeks. Looking back, what do you see? What do you think you worked on, or what do you think improved?
Well, a lot. You know, I mean, spring's the time where you want to see the older guys take a little bit of step forward. You know, the older guys take smaller steps, but the young guys take big steps. We have a young team this year, so we needed a lot of guys to step up. They got a lot of invaluable reps, and you know, and have a foundation going into the summer. Now our older guys need to lead throughout the summer before we get to training.
I know you've been pumping up Tyler Russell a lot on the Road Dawgs Tour. I mean, you're putting some big expectations on him, but obviously you feel he can handle that.
He can, you know, and I think, you know, that's what it is going to be when you're a 5th-year senior, and I think he's ready to that. He knows that, and you know, I mean, he knows he has the whole coaching staff behind him, the teams behind him, and we expect him to have a huge year.
When you look at what happened at the end of the season with him, do you just look at that as kind of an anomaly with the interceptions, or certainly something he can learn from?
The last 2 games he played really poorly. You know, I thought he played fairly well up to that, and actually set a ton of school records.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I think it's one of those things that that he knows that, you know, we're all behind him. I think it's something that really frustrates him, and
sure.
You know, unfortunately, I think quarterbacks are always going to have some off days.
Yeah.
And the worst thing to do is to do it the last game of the season, because you get a long break before you get to go reprieve yourself. I think he would have liked to have played a couple days later and got back out there on the field. But you know, being an older guy, I think he knows how to handle that adversity.
You look at the running back situation and the way that Josh Robinson's come on, and now Derek Milton's running as well as he ever has. Do you see Ladarius maybe you see a wider distribution of carries, maybe take some load off Ladarius a little bit? Yeah,
possibly. You know what I mean? You know, to see how it works out. But I know Perkins is working really hard too. He don't want to lose his touches. So I think that competition to get the ball really adds to it, and adds really to the improvement of players.
How's he doing? I know he got banged up there during the spring. Got the concussion or something.
You know, he's a guy that we protected. You know, I mean, he's being a 1,000-yard returning rusher. We didn't put a lot on him, so unless even when we were doing things, you know, he did a lot more practice than he did in scrimmages, because we want to just protect him. I've seen him play live before, and we know what he can do.
And he had some guys like that maybe got a little banged up, like Deontay Skinner. Is it just mostly just wanting to not risk any further injury?
You know, it's with the trainers, with those guys. That's not anything we even push. Or,
sure.
You know, I mean, there's some even with, you know, that guys are nicked up or banged up or sore. Some older guys we might protect. Some younger guys, you know, we might try to have them go practice and try to have them fight through, because in the season you're going to be sore and banged up throughout the course of the season. The young guys got to learn how to deal with all that, where the older guys, they kind of know, and you know, you see a lot with the older guys. We tell them they can't practice, they want to practice, and we'll say no.
I know you got just a few weeks until some of these new signees start trickling onto campus, so you kind of getting their plan together for what they need to do for the summer.
Well, you know, Coach Bayless runs all of that. He's already got all that written up. We've got every minute of their day scheduled from the second they get on campus till the first day of classes. So you know, we keep it very structured for all our guys all summer long, and summer's a huge development time. Coaches can't be around them, so a lot of that falls on the senior leadership of how they get our guys to work over the summer.
We talked about the pressure that the hype you've been giving Tyler, and you've talked too just about expectations for the team as a whole. You know, this will be your 5th year coming up, and like you talked about the plan, it's kind of time for it to come to fruition. You've talked about 10, 11, 12 wins. I mean, do you enjoy that, just being able to put that?
I love the expectations. You know, we embrace those expectations. You know, because I look, when we got here a couple years ago, everyone said, well, Coach, we hope we can get to a bowl game. And we set that standard a little higher. Now we're 8 wins a year playing New Year's Day bowl games. So, you know, what we want to do is, you know, set that now as the baseline, and hopefully go above that. And you know, I think when a couple years ago, an 8-win season would have been a great year.
Yeah.
And now an 8-win season is kind of what we expect as an average year, and so that means a great year is going to be 10, 11, 12, and as we keep building the program forward.
I know you can spend a lot of time on your opening opponent, Oklahoma State. I know Mike Gundy is not revealing who his quarterback is going to be. It may go right up to game week.
I'm sure it'll go right up to kickoff.
Yeah, and how much an advantage can you get from that? Does it make it a little tougher for you to game plan at all?
Well, because I think you've seen them. They each have a little bit different thing that they bring to the table. But you know, and I also though think that first game, it's a lot about you. It's a lot about executing, doing things cleanly, and doing things your way, the right way. And, I think it'll have a lot more of attention of our guys in training camp getting ready for opening with such a big game week 1.
Yeah, I mean, do you preach to the guys that this could really set the tone for the season if we win this? Not that it'll ruin the season if you lose, but obviously.
Well, I think it does. I think our guys are excited about it because it's a great honor for us to be playing in this game. You know what I mean? There's only so many teams around the nation that get invited to play in and playing in the Texas kickoff game is going to be a great honor. It shows how far our programs come that we get invited to play in this type of game.